Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Cube 2. Let's continue. So, we've got one more puzzle in this third final section. The game has been moving fast, so honestly, we might, with the way it feels right now, we might finish the game in this recording, in the next one, and in the one after that. There's not really a lot of reason for me to believe this will go any longer for what's been shown to me. This is an interesting problem. So this shoots up, and the problem here is if I was to move this back over to that direction and make that a blue, then the green would disappear. So, and it just kind of eventually settles down in some almost real-world physics in the Unreal Engine, where you're just at that certain height. Well, at a certain point, I guess it just loses it all. So, I wonder if this is just a matter of I've got to figure out how to bounce this as it moves. No, because that doesn't work. Interesting. This will be cool to see what happens to the cube. Hey, I broke a cube. So now we know what happens there. Yeah, and then it just falls down on that. I guess that did move it slightly. Is that good enough? No. Interesting. This is a really simplistic room. We're getting the dinghy again. I want to just walk around all the walls and see if maybe there is some invisible wall that you walk through. No, it doesn't really feel like it. So, seems like such a simple puzzle. And yet it's not that easy. This would be cool if they had introduced a new color that you could make yourself magnetic, because then your suit would be doing something very different. Like blue won't do anything for me. Red really won't do anything for me. Because it's really only the greens. And if I was to do something like that and then shoot it upward, I don't see how that would work. So, I'm just kind of hoping that maybe the slight movement would go over that way. I guess that did work. Interesting. I'm just going to jump on this. Well, that was a kind of incredibly simple puzzle. It just required me to learn something new that I hadn't learned before. That was the last one.
The last one powered. It's time to find out what we've done.
I guess if my speculation here is, and I love to be able to just speculate wildly in these puzzle games, if my speculation is that this is Earth, all the humans got assimilated into like a virtual reality single hive mind computer. If I get the choice to join that hive mind, I don't really see a reason not to join it. Like, if this is all that's left of humanity, better to not be alone, even if it does significantly change what being human means at that point, or stops you from being human at all. The other option is to stay on this desert planet alone, probably forever. If the photosynthesis suits are true, then you potentially live forever. And we'll have to see if 191 ever shows up in conversation. The other voice. We're not even getting a back voice, a secondary voice. So if that's something that was going to happen, it kind of needs to start as we're going through this last elevator. Because we're not getting really much of a counterpoint. The only counterpoint we're getting is this is another great point where they should have taken control of the camera and done a little bit of a walking talk.
Well, it's powered as far as I can tell. Now what?
Any clues on how to activate it?
Not really. So I guess we should probably not walk on the elevator. I can't put a green in these white circles. So let's just stand on the elevator and see what happens.
Okay, you're closing in on the beacon. I need you to locate any survivors. Once done, I'll see if I can lock onto your location. Then, with some hope, I'll try and extract us. Get us back.
Home.
Yeah. Home.
So maybe I am helping the AI find the last remaining humans on the planet, and then she's going to teleport / maybe send a missile to destroy the last humans. I mean, I really haven't put a lot of thought into the idea that this giant facility in this computer is actually just an evil, computerized evil. No chapter number there, just called Ascension. Yeah, the only counterpoint to what we're being told is our own personal questioning. The first game had no story, so you also could take it a very valid argument to say that Toxic Games as a developer just kind of didn't care to put a story in their game, in any of their games, and thus the story in this might also be not. This is so dark. Yeah, the story might not be as interesting as it seems. Maybe the collectibles achievement is also the season pass, because there is one pack of puzzle levels in the season pass that was seemingly delivered on. It just seems like the second one wasn't delivered on. Maybe it was, and they just didn't bother to update the description of the season pass, which says it's coming soon. Alright, as we're getting down this hallway, this looks kind of more like a human helicopter tangled up in a wires than alien technology.
Emma, can you read me?
What is it? What do you see?
This isn't a space vessel.
What do you mean?
The beacon. It's not coming from an escape pod. It's from a human helicopter, like the one we used to travel to the dig site.
Just no comment there. Well, and again, this feels like this might be the end of the game, and you may not have any opportunity to do anything else. Like, there's kind of nothing you can do. Like, here's... I guess that's the beacon. And here's a unreal asset of a helicopter that almost certainly they didn't bother to animate themselves. Almost all of this could have been pre-made Unreal assets. That's not to call this game an asset flip or anything, just to say that you can make a pretty good game these days without having to do too much animation yourself. It doesn't seem like there's any humans there. It does seem like there are missiles there. So, that seems like you probably wouldn't go to a dig site with bombs or missiles. But again, we don't have a choice, so let's go forward. This could, ideally, if this was like Portal 2, this would be the halfway point of the game. Like, but very possibly this is the end of the game. If it's like the first one. And so we have what looks like an antenna thing that's looks like it's being this looks like a beacon, looks like it's being either blocked or amplified or scanned by this facility. And I kind of want the facility to start talking to me. Touch to interact. You can't walk past this point too, so feels like I am gonna get teleported or disintegrated.
Emma, where are we?
This doesn't make sense.
Emma, tell me where we are.
No. We stopped it.
Oh my god. It's...
Millie, I need to get you out of there now. I'm going to use that beacon location to try and extract you. Give me 1 minute.
Emma, what's happening?
Hold on, just 1 more second.
Emma! Oh. What happened? Emma? Emma? Are you there? Damn it.
So, teleportation may be real, or I am just a robotic clone or a human clone that this machine can copy the memories of. It's not super surprising that if you're an alien race, either they created a giant automated AI ship or wasn't a mechanical species in the first place. This is so dark. So dark. This game needs its brightness and its gamma adjusted. It's not surprising that when the ship was breaking up in the first game, that was just a scattershot.
Who said that? Who's there?
We cannot sustain it.
Who are you?
So maybe the ship was actually sent to save Earth and tried its best and failed after maybe thousands of years of time. I don't know why I'd want to step in another teleportation pod. I just stepped in water without seeing it. So this is a tree growing on top of a computerized thing. And there's nothing back here. So are we at the halfway point, or is this just an in choice? I could do more puzzles. I could definitely do more puzzles.
Hello?
We are the spaces that you move through. We are everything, and we are dying.
That's impossible.
Everything is glitchy
Tell me who
in
you are.
the visual
We are
graphics.
one, and we are many. Amelia Cross.
How do you know my name? What have you done to my home?
We need your help. This that surrounds you, this is not our design. That is why we brought you here.
I don't understand. I just want to go home.
We will help you return. The portal behind you, it is dead. Rebuild us and power us. Then we can send you back. We shall share our memories. Then you shall understand.
This would suck if this is a
And power is decayed
tease to a third
vortex,
game.
Amelia. Go forth to our first memories.
So the game itself is, the machine itself
I
is
don't have much choice.
going to tell us to solve the puzzles. Okay. And of course we run into an elevator immediately. Although this looks like this is more of a side platform and not an elevator. There is a fancy word for an elevator that moves sideways instead of vertical, and I believe there's even a fancier word for an elevator that does both. But I can't remember any of them. So, Chapter 8, The Fall of Man.
It must want me to power the reactors like I did before.
And these look like different puzzles. Alright. Well, it looks like we're getting more puzzles per reactor. Yeah. Without a way of stopping every single one of those cubes from landing on Earth, I don't know what breaking it apart would have done when you're going to have to make the assumption that every cube in the spacecraft in the first game could replicate, could do damage of some amount. Yeah, it would be actually incredibly easy if you had nanotechnology to send just small little bullets worth of nano bots to hit a planet and start replicating using the resources of the planet itself. They've gone for the Portal 2 idea, which this is a 2018 game, so of course Portal 2 would have existed. What is that? That paints a cube black. What does the cube being painted black do? It still disappears. Fine. It's just oil. It just makes things slick and kind of bouncy. Okay. Oh, well, look at that. It makes it slide across the floor. Where Portal 2 had the acceleration gel and the deceleration gel that was used pretty well, but not as much as I think they probably wanted it to be used. and then the white gel that allowed you to place portals anywhere you wanted in Portal 2. If you could get the white gel. Which was actually only used in a few places. That angle looked a little funky. But I guess that's just a perspective thing. So yeah, this is seems to be a pretty on the nose environmental message, if I was to guess. That man used fossil fuels and oil to the point of extincting itself. Okay. That one does that. So what I need this to do is just do that, and then that, and then I'll just stand over here and let that roll right onto the button, and that worked really well. That looks like a white cube, but it's not responding. I am noticing that throughout this game there are several puzzles you go through in which they don't talk to you, and he basically just said the AI said it was going to talk to me, and then it stopped. You see a little thing there that's probably just a bad pixel rendering. Okay, let's see. Blue on bottom, green on top. Pull this, put this down. They even put that alcove there for that reason, I see. What's this one about? Interesting. I guess we'll get to that in a moment. So I'm gonna shoot myself and then jump this direction so I can step on the one-time blue switch. Okay. And then I'm just gonna put this there and hit that all the way towards that point. And that worked. How difficult is it for me to stand on these? Not difficult at all. So apparently I have anti-slip shoes. So my next thing would be to put that back that way. And that's not fast enough. So I need that first. Then shoot that over there. And this one's just gonna propel me forward in that direction. As soon as I jump on it and then elevate myself. So there should be another case in which I don't turn around. So instead I'm just looking in the wrong direction.
Robert,
I like that they programmed that, but it didn't get programmed well enough.
I don't know where you are, and I don't know how long I have been gone. God, I don't even know what has happened to you or whether you will get this. But I want to say that I love you very much.
This is a
There
door
is so
that's been
much
broken.
I should have said before I left. And there is so much we need to talk about. Please hold on for me.
Yeah, there's been no indication of time travel, but once you throw in aliens and giant machines and teleportations and photosynthesis suits, yeah, I'm totally willing to believe that there's also time travel in this game that will come up at some point. That would also, I think, work well for like a Portal 3 game. You could set the send yourself back in the past and try to integrate it a little bit more into Half-Life. Alright. So this is just moving fire. This doesn't even have anything to do with so now we've just got flame going. And then that'll cut that part off. In case the message wasn't clear. But that's cool. And even though that was on fire, here's a question though. Apparently my suit is also flame proof to the point where I can stand on fire without being in any real pain. Cool to know, I suppose. Like, let's see, we have a box, and in the box we have So what we need to do is put that there. Put the green here. And then I guess maybe that's right. Yeah, nothing else to do but try. So I'm thinking I'm just going to start one cube on fire and then hit the other cube on fire and just move it. Apparently being on fire does eventually stop. This is our first opportunity to see if we can kill ourselves too, so I want to see what happens when we do this. So I'm just gonna start that on fire and then, yep, flame's still not really hurting me. Okay, so I take that as a rule that the only thing I have yet to do is stand directly in front of a oil on fire section, and this is just a broken screen instead of a computer screen. We could be very much in the future where, let's say that they stopped the spaceship from getting to Earth, then people stopped being afraid of it, and 100 years down the road they started bringing all the pieces out of orbit in the solar system and bringing them back to Earth and rebuilding the ship and experimenting on it. And perhaps this is what Earth's world was like. Maybe people did live here. Maybe this was an office building or something. I mean, it could be anything if you assume that most of the inside parts have decayed away. So maybe it was the human hubris that caused their downfall, not the alien spaceship. Or maybe the alien spaceship just misunderstood a lot of things. This is a new puzzle, right? And we see leaves and plants, but we're not seeing any animals. I seriously doubt I can make a jump to that. And I guess the answer to was no, I can't. So we're down this direction. Okay. We've potentially got to do quite a lot. I need this blue button, I think, enabled before I can do anything else. So, how can I get to the blue button? I guess I can just make stairs. It's been a long time since I've just made stairs. Right, the blue button should be a one-time thing, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. I'm gonna see if I can jump on this. No, it did do that much, alright. So this kind of feels like we're reiterating some things we had already done. Like, but whatever, I guess that's helpful in some ways. And so now we have, this may be a new statue, or this may be an old statue. It feels very green now instead of dark and red. And we can certainly see in this area it's designed to be a lot brighter and less spooky. Let's see what it says.
I don't understand.
James,
I saw him.
he was there. Just normal, not
10 minutes ago.
now. Well, look.
What could do this?
Is anything else gonna talk to me? See these little red drops? They look like blood, or possibly red petals. So, I don't know, maybe this entire facility around here is humankind. Just the silicon in their body turned into computer chips. I suppose we'll have to figure out that in the next recording. There's more game to see here. If we're on chapter 8 now, I wouldn't be surprised if there's 12 chapters and they're all going to be regularly lengthier than the first couple. And yeah, we might just be at the middle point, and that is fine by me. I don't think we're going to run into a point like in Portal 2 where it went on just a little too long. It might, but it might not. We'll just have to see. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and give me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.